Welcome to part 6 of What If the Calamity Trio was in Dragon Ball Z. In the last part, we got through the Namek saga up until the fight against Frieza. In this part, we're going to continue off from there. So, Frieza just arrived. He's absolutely livid that this group got the upper hand on him. Vegeta boasts that he is the legendary Super Saiyan, to which Frieza doesn't really care about until Vegeta charges. After the little bit of assessing he'd gotten from the battle against Frieza and Vegeta, Goku charges in. And with the teamwork of Goku and Vegeta, Frieza is being pushed back a bit. Not enough to where he would need to transform, but he is being pushed back just a little bit. As with the Calamity Trio, it takes a bit for them to get out of their shock. But once they do snap out of it, they immediately charge after Frieza, and telling Gohan to stay back and for Krillin to look after Gohan before she flies off with their girls. Now that it's 5 against 1, they are pushing Frieza back immensely. After a bit of back and forth, Frieza shows off that he can transform, which surprises everyone. When Frieza transforms, it is into his final form. And with this final form, he is bodying both Goku and Vegeta. And before he can body the Calamity Trio and transform, and is basically able to catch one of Frieza's attack, and deliver a blow that actually surprises Frieza and sends flying a bit. Marcy and Sasha are not being deterred by this, so they follow Anne as she charges after Frieza. While the battle between the Calamity Trio and Frieza goes on, Vegeta says that they need a way to get stronger. If Goku had gotten his body snatched from Ginyu, then most likely they would have beaten Goku's body, and Goku would have ended up getting a Zenkai boost after switching his body back and getting him healed. Goku's intrigued when he hears this. It makes sense to him because every time he's gotten back up from near death, he has felt a lot stronger. So knowing that this is a Saiyan thing, basically kind of answers one of the unanswered questions that he had. It wasn't bothering him, but it was just more of a curiosity. Dende makes himself known that he can heal, but he only tells it to Goku. As for the fight with the Calamity Trio and Frieza, despite the transformation that Anne is using, it is still not enough against Frieza. Frieza has his tail wrapped around Marcy and hanging her up in the air. As Sasha and Anne pick themselves up from being knocked to the ground, they look up at Frieza just in time to see him drive his hand right through Marcy's torso, which shocks them both. Before anyone could do anything, Frieza fires a death beam straight at Anne, causing the beam to go right through her, knocking her out of her Calamity form. Sasha looks back at Anne with the same surprise as well. She has a flashback to when they were flying with Dende back to the group. Marcy stops them and tells them that she needs to tell them something important. Sasha asks if it can wait, but Marcy says that it can't wait, this is important, to which they stop. After gathering a bit of courage, Marcy tells the group that the reason that they're here is because of her. Her parents were about to move, she didn't want to lose her girls, and so when she found out about this box that supposedly transported them to another world, she took the opportunity so she wouldn't have to lose her girls. Both Anne and Sasha look at her with surprise. Sasha then looks at her angrily and shouts, "Are you serious? We're here because you just had an argument with your parents?" Sasha, let's not deal with this right now. We have important things to do first. We can talk about this after we're done. But Marcy, we can talk about this after we're done. End of discussion. And with that, Anne flies off, Sasha following behind her, and Marcy hangs back a little bit before ultimately flying after them. The last thing she saw of Marcy was a sad, heartbroken look on her, and it was that look that caused Sasha to activate her Calamity power. As Sasha transformed, Frieza removes his hand from Marcy's torso and throws her into a cliff. Looking at Sasha in surprise, after the transformation sequence, Sasha charges after Frieza, to which Frieza ends up blocking, but Sasha isn't letting up on her attack. She is relentlessly attacking Frieza. However, Frieza can dodge and block these attacks. Basically, Frieza is still playing with them. Frieza is about to do a killing blow. That is until a kick to the head sends him flying into a cliff. When Sasha looks to see what kicked him, she sees that it is Piccolo who has arrived. "Awesome! You made it just in time, Piccolo!" "Of course, I couldn't let you have all the fun. Kakarot, we don't need the Namekian. He's not strong enough to take on Frieza." "I don't think any of us are. We only got a round of healing once, so we're gonna need all the help we can get." Fine. You better not get in the way, Namekian. should say the same for you. You keep popping up like ants. I will make sure every single one of you is dead. And with that, the four of them charges after Frieza. They're pushing Frieza back a little bit, but after a minute or two of the fight, it is apparent that the fight is still in Frieza's favor. As Frieza pushes them back, he's about to launch another death beam straight at Sasha this time. That is until he hears an attack coming towards him. He's able to dodge it, but not without losing his tail. He looks to see who it was, and see that it was Krillin who launched the attack. Frieza is annoyed and is about to fire a blast at Krillin. That is until Marcy and Anne appears in front of Frieza and both fire an energy blast directly in his face, sending him flying into a cliff. Sasha looks in surprise to find Anne and Marcy still alive and completely healed, with the exception of Marcy, who now has a scar that is tinted green on her torso, right where Frieza drove his hand through. Anne, Marcy, how are you alive? I could heal. It was one of the techniques I picked up from my time here. Good to know your time here was beneficial to you. Marcy looks over to Piccolo as he says this. She gives a smile to him and says, "Thanks, Nail." To which Piccolo just gives her a side smile. Anne says it was Dende who healed her. Goku says that Frieza is a lot tougher than he expected. And Vegeta hates to admit it, but he is right. They need to think of a better plan than just straight up attacking. Despite how many people there are attacking him, Vegeta kind of fears that Frieza may be unstoppable. Goku says he's gonna put that through to the test then. He asks the group to buy him some time as he gathers energy for the Spirit Bomb. When Frieza returns to the battlefield, he is absolutely livid, and so the battle commences. And just like in the original, Goku gathers the energy for the Spirit Bomb not only on Namek, but for the surrounding planets as well. And just like in the original, once he gathers enough energy for the Spirit Bomb, he launches the Spirit Bomb at Frieza. After the explosion of the Spirit Bomb, everything settles as a huge crater in the planet is being filled with the surrounding waters. Everyone reconvene on an island close to the battle. When everyone reconvenes, they have this moment of relief like in the original. However, just like in the original, that moment is interrupted by Frieza, who is still alive. Frieza fires a death beam at Vegeta. When everyone turns to see Frieza, he is done messing around now. He'll make sure that every single person here is dead. And he fires another beam, this time at Goku. However, Krillin pushes Goku out of the way and is hit with the beam instead. Just like in the original, Frieza lifts Krillin up to the air and causing him to explode. And just like in the original, this unlocks Goku's Super Saiyan transformation. Goku tells everyone to take Vegeta, find Bulma, and get to his ship. To which Anne takes the initiative for this and gets Gohan to follow what Goku said and to go to the ship. However, the only one who doesn't listen is Sasha, who once again transformed back into a Calamity form. Anne tells Sasha that she needs to follow. However, Sasha says that she worked under Frieza, and even though it was for a short while, she hated him, so she needed to do this as well. Goku doesn't mind this, but he'd rather not have her there. And so basically the battle will stay up to the same like in the original. That is until when Porunga is summoned, Goku tells Sasha that she should go to the group and to let him finish this. Sasha, who's already by now being winded but is keeping up because of sheer stubbornness, lets the power fade as she lands on the ground. Frieza flies to Porunga trying to make his wish, to which Goku ends up following. And after a short while, the wish is made and everyone besides Goku and Frieza is sent to Earth. And this is where we're going to leave it off. I apologize if this seems kind of weird. If the telling of this part was kind of off, it's mainly because I took more from Xenoverse, specifically the first one, for the battle against Frieza. But anyways, yeah, Rabi-Ribi here, and I will see you later, or whatever I make. Bye!